Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, how do I call you? Do I have to call you Tuyet?
Yes.
Tuyet. Did I pronounce your name correctly? Is it, is it,
It's okay.
yeah, okay. So it's okay to call you Tuyet, yeah, right?
Yes.
Right, okay. To formally start our lesson Tuyet, I would like to introduce my name first. I'm Teacher Harji. You can call me Teacher Harji. Okay? And I'm a Filipino living here in the Philippines. Okay, so this is going to be our first meeting together, right? To yet? Yeah, so
Nice.
yeah. Can
Nice
you
to meet you. Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
nice.
I can hear. I
Yeah,
can hear
nice
you.
to meet you. You can hear me loud and clear, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
I think it's okay
Is
now.
it clear? Yeah, is it clear also? Yeah, okay. So without further ado to yet, let me share the presentation to you. Okay, so yeah, can you see the presentation to yet?
Yes, I can see, but
Yeah,
it's a zoom out.
yeah,
It's a
yeah, like this. Can you see it?
yes. Yes, I can see.
Yeah, okay. Wait for a while. I have to make this one bigger. Okay, so you're done already with unit 12, right? To yet. So we will be discussing on unit 13. I am right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Now, for our unit 13, so the title of our lesson is Future Trends, right?
Yes.
Okay, so when we say trends, what does it mean? Do you have any
Trend.
idea when we say trends?
No. I think that trend is mean what will popular in the future.
Yes, okay, so that
Is
means not just only in the future, but as of this time, that would be popular now. Okay, so actually you are right. Okay, so trends mean like, for example, having TikTok. Okay, do you know how to do TikTok?
yes,
Yes. Do
I
you
know
know
TikTok.
how? Yes. So do you know how to operate or to have a Facebook, right?
Yes.
Yes. So the Facebook, the TikTok, okay, all of those are trends. Okay, so that would be our trend. So when we are talking of future, yes, you are also right. That means um, it's going to be like in the future, right? So it's going to be something that would happen. Okay, so what
Yeah.
would our expectations in the past? Okay, what would be our expectations in the present, and what would be our expectations in the future? So those who are or those trends in the past is not applicable in the present, right? So yet, do you believe on that?
Mm,
Okay, let's say
mm,
for example, the things that we've done in the past, okay, children nowadays don't do that one anymore because that's not the trend, right?
yes.
In the past, there would be no Facebook. In the past, there would be no social media. Okay, in the past,
Yes.
there would be no TikTok, right? But in the present, there would be that one. So that would be trends. And we're expecting how much more in the future. So can you guess what would happen in the future to yet? What do you think? What do you think would
I think
happen in the future?
I think in the future we use the AI to use more the AI for the life.
Yes. Okay.
I
So,
I
yes.
think that
Yes, actually you are right, okay? In the modern world today, the AI, right? In the
yes,
future will going to what will going to be the trend already. So when we are talking of AI, that's artificial intelligence, wherein the robots can do, humans can do. Okay? Let's say, for example, you just have to tell the robots, can you please cook cook my lunch, okay? Cook a lunch for me. So the robot can do that one. Can you please answer this one? So the robots can do that one. So that would be in the future. But there would be what? What do you think would happen if these AIs were going to conquer the universe? What do you think would happen? Do you have any idea to it? If ever the AI were going to conquer the universe, what do you think would happen to us humans?
mm, from my point of view, I think I really now I haven't used AI for in my
Yeah,
life, but
yeah.
it's on the social media and something website. So I
Yes.
haven't researched on this study on this, so I'm not clear about it.
Yeah. Okay. But okay.
I
Yes.
think that in future automation automatically will be used more and more. I think.
Yes. So there would be changes a lot of things. Okay. The way we live will going to change, right? The way
Yes.
we interact will going to change. We don't know who's real person or we don't know who's robots, right? So what we are interacting in the future somehow would be maybe robots. So we are interacting with robots in the future. So that would be the current trends. But there would be so-called effects, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, yes, the changes a lot. There would be a change. There would be a lot of change that affects our daily activities, daily lives, because that's the trends. That would be the future trends. Whether we like it or not, it's going to happen to yet, right? But there
Yes.
would be an effects. That's why our lesson, we will be going to understand global issues. Okay? It's very
Yes.
important to understand what do you think would be the issues that we need to understand for us to resolve, because that issues, if not resolved, what would happen?
Mm.
Effects,
Okay.
right? There would be what kind of effect? Not a good effect, but that would be negative effects. And if that would happen, that negative effects, that would ruin, that would devastate our daily activities. Right? Okay.
Yes.
Example of the problem, global warming. Right? Okay. What is your point of view about global warming, Tuyet?
I think when global warming is make the climate and change the change weather so much, so many, so it will
Yes.
be affect directly our life.
That's correct. So that means, okay, it's going to be changes, right? So
Yes.
it's changes. It affects us, not just only the best change, okay?
Mm,
But it's going to be a negative change. It's
yeah.
going to be a negative effects to us. Okay, so yet?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. Okay, and then we have also, just for a moment, I have to drink, okay? Just for a while,
Yes.
okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, sorry. I just drink a water, okay? Now, aside from global warming, we have also aging population.
Asian,
Yes, population. So what does it mean when we
Asian
say aging
population.
population?
Uh, Population. That's now I understand that. I'm not sure is correct or not. Um,
Yes, okay.
uh, is Now I understand it mean the age of the person is higher or something like that. I'm not
Yes,
sure.
very good. Actually, that's correct. Nowadays, because of that trends, right? Because of the
Yes,
social media effects, even to those who are very young ones. Imagine, I don't know if you're living in Vietnam, right?
yes, yes.
Yes.
With,
I don't know if in Vietnam the same situation in the Philippines, that here in the Philippines at the age as early as 3 years old knows how to use cell phone. Do you believe on that? As young as 3 years old, yes, knows how to use cell phone. What about in Vietnam? Do we have the same problem?
Mm, uh, I think it's now in Vietnam is popular using cell phone is popular, but
Yes,
I think the 5 year ago is
5 years old.
not much.
Yeah.
I think much people using is yes,
Yes. Here in the Philippines, as young as 3 years old, knows how to open a cell phone and knows how to operate it, knows how to open. Okay, as young as based on survey. Okay, based on survey here in the Philippines, and that would be, it gives the so-called aging population. That means, okay, person or people nowadays is going to be it's like they're young, okay, yeah, they're young when it comes to the age, right? But when it comes to their mental age, it's aging, right? Even though they are young physically, but their mental age is going to be adult already because of the effects of the social media. Okay,
yeah,
and that would be an issues, that would be a global issues, not just only facing here in the Philippines, not just only in Vietnam, but all throughout the world, right? Yet, and
yeah.
issues, okay, are you most worried about and why? So what do you think among the two in here, which do you think would be the most issues that you think that we will going to worry about?
From my point of view, I think that change the climate is global
Yes.
warming. It affects many. mainly the film in the world.
Yes,
Example,
yes,
it's the effect the climate. It affect the economy because maybe we got
yes,
the Titan, so it's and there's just something like that.
yes. And
Not
that's
much
true.
like
Yes, actually, I do agree with you, Tuyet. That is true, okay? Because aging population, we can be able to limit, okay? It depends on the parents. So parents can
yeah,
limit that one, the use of social media, the use of cell phone, the use of gadgets. So parents can limit that. So we can do something about that one. But global warming, if we will not going to do something about global warming, there would be time. Okay? The time may be not our time, but the time of the future generation will be affected. And there
yes,
would be that time that maybe they will not going to what? They will not going to experience snow anymore, right? Because the global warming, the effect of the global warming, the snow is going to melt little by little. And there is a study to it that according to this particular study, that 30 years from now, okay? 30 years from now, the ice in the Arctic Ocean is going to melt. Okay?
yeah,
Yes.
yes,
And if we will not going to do something about that one, because that would be the effect. The effect of what? This global warming. Okay, that's why okay, we need to do something about it. So what are we going to do? Okay, so before we have to deal on the global issues, we need to work on with this one first. Okay, let's try to discuss if you think these sentences are true or false. Okay, just have to tell me, is it true, is it false? The amount of usable water in the world is decreasing.
I think it's true.
Yes,
Oh,
I do
I
agree.
think it's true.
Why is it that you
Yes.
said it's
Mm,
true?
mm, because now the overseas water come go into inside the river, so it's
Yeah.
now how right. Mm, so water go deep into the river, so
Yes.
and less further water. I think that
That's correct. That's
no.
why this is a problem in in some other countries like in Saudi Arabia. Okay, in Saudi Arabia, there there is a place in Saudi Arabia that it's going to be a drought. It's going to be a desert, right? So it's going to be a desert, and there would be no
Uh,
water to drink. So what happened to them? Now, this
uh,
particular government in Saudi Arabian Arabian government thinks something how they can be able to make use of the seawater to become a potable or usable water. So they are going to have this particular process in order to transform this seawater into a potable water. But of course, we don't know if that would be safe to drink, right? Yeah, because that's still a salt water. Okay, even though it's going to be in the process, there would be this particular processes that's going to undergo, but still we don't know in the future what would be the effect on our bodies? Right? So that's a problem. Okay? Yes, this is
Yeah.
true, actually. Next, can you please read this one to yet?
Mhm. Yes. No, I think the one we need more and more water in the future is true.
That's correct. Okay? So we need more and more water in the future. Why? Because in
Mm.
the future to yet,
Uh,
okay,
uh,
people were
what that
going
means
to,
more the industry, more the life, the
yes,
more the it,
as
it,
the
mm,
as the world will going um to
I
also to
think
become old, people will going to increase population. Okay? Okay, that's why in I don't know, in China or in Japan, that this particular children, okay, if you are married, make sure that you have only two children. So that's the limitation only, okay? Because in China, right? That's in China because the population in China are overpopulated. So that country is the most populated country. So therefore they come up with this particular resolution that children of a couple should only be limited into two. Okay?
in Vietnam the same.
Ah,
Before
really? Oh.
yes, in Vietnam family should be has two children.
Two
But
children.
but
So
recently
until now.
one two yeah the government not limit before the government limit
Ah,
children in the family. Yes,
oh,
Vietnam the
yeah.
same.
The
Yes.
same in Vietnam. And you know what? Those Chinese people to yet, because I'm a teacher also in school, right? So we do have a lot of students, Chinese students, okay? And um if they had actually they have at five children, those who are Chinese families that have five children, they bring their three children here in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, because in China it's not allowed. So what they do
Yes.
is they bring here their three children in the Philippines
Uh,
so that the other two will remain in China. Okay, so that's
before in Vietnam, one family should have two children. If the family has more two
more.
children, if father and mother work in the government, maybe it will be the retire,
Oh,
cut off. It will be cut off. Yes.
yeah.
But
Okay.
but now is the government allow the family
More than
uh,
two.
more than two. Yes.
Ah, okay. So
Uh,
that would be nice.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a
So,
real change.
yes, that's why it's very important also to yet to tell our children to please take good care of the Mother Earth, right? So we
Yes.
should have to conserve water, okay? Because we need water, okay? Next, number three,
Just
we
so that
consume water more than we think. Is it true or false?
I take the two.
Yes,
So,
correct. I do agree with
yes.
you. Okay? Yeah, because sometimes we do not aware that we consume water, right? Especially children, if they going to shower, they will going to shower until right, so they don't have this particular thinking that I should have to conserve water. Okay, especially children. Okay, next, water is used to
Mm,
produce
I
a
think
lot of
it's false.
Why is it false?
Because I think water uh, population water population happen everywhere. So
Okay.
it's not only a part of the world; it's the whole of the world.
Okay, so
It's a
let's
happen
try.
everywhere.
Okay, later on we're going to know that, right? Next, number five. The problem of water only exists in certain parts of the world.
Okay. Mm,
What do you think?
I think that's a phone.
Okay, yeah,
Why is
okay. Why is it false? Because,
because from my point of view, I think the water population uh, is happen on the world. How
yes,
the
not just only
everywhere
in
is
in a certain parts of the world, right? So it's going to be a global. It's a global
yes,
problem actually, right? Not just only in Vietnam, not just only in the Philippines, right?
yes.
Okay? Now, as you can see in this picture to yet, look at this one. Is in Vietnam experiencing also this drought season like this
Season normally in the summer.
in the
Yeah,
summer?
right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, we
Yes.
can see in summer.
Yes, actually, that's true
Uh,
also. Here in the Philippines, we have also the summer season. Now it's summer here in the Philippines. That's why we experience a lot of this particular picture. Okay? If you happen to go to a rice field, you can be able to see this thing, right? So the land crack, okay? Because it doesn't have water. Okay? Okay, now let's proceed. Crisis. What? Crisis? So there's a question, right? Crisis.
yes.
What crisis? Okay? Now, the
Crisis.
earth, yes. You know what's a crisis?
Crisis.
Yes.
Um, what yeah, what happened not normally is uh, n- not normally is
Yes.
happen very critical.
Yeah, okay. So it's not normal, right? So crisis.
Yes.
We are experiencing, like for example, um not normal, like for example, we don't have food to eat, right? So that's going to be crisis, right? During the pandemic, right? During the pandemic, what happened? There is a crisis. Crisis of what? Okay, there would be the so-called lack of food, right? Lack of food. Why? Because people cannot go out, cannot work, right?
Okay.
So what happened? We don't have money to buy our food. So there would be this particular shortage or lack of food,
Shortage.
or
Yes.
yes, or we can also say there would be a shortage of everything. Okay? So that is crisis. Okay. Now, the earth is getting hotter because of climate change. And I do agree with that, right? And this is having, I said, negative effect. See? So there is an effect. So what kind of effect? It's a negative
Yes.
effect. Not just only in the Philippines, but all throughout the world and the universe. Okay? And there
Yes.
is the rising demand for water. Okay. If there would be dry season, or we call this one as drought, okay? Okay. Drought, so there would be lack of water. Where are we going to get water during the drought season? We don't have, because if you were going to get water in the river also don't have water, right? Yet, so where are we going to get water? Oh, you have to go to the ocean or you have to go to the sea. Do you think we can drink the seawater? We cannot, right? So
Yes.
only, yes, only the water that comes from the fresh water coming from the river, okay, coming from the somewhere, okay, somewhere that's not in the ocean, we can be able to drink that one. Usually, the supply of our water is comes from the river, right? In the Philippines, the greatest, okay, the greatest source, or the great source of water here in the Philippines actually to yet comes from a dam. Okay, you know what's a dam? Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, a
the
dam is a reservoir. Okay, we call this one a reservoir. Okay, a reservoir of water. Okay, so a reservoir of water. So that means the water, the fresh water is will be stacked in that particular drum to supply the whole place or the whole country. Okay? Okay, so where is this particular water came from? So it came from the rain. Okay, so it came from the river water. Okay, so when there is a drought season, if there would be a drought season, the dam that supplies also the water all throughout the place should also decrease. Okay, so the level of the water, so there would be time that the reservoir of the water will going to decrease. And what would happen if the water in the dam will going to used, okay, totally been used. So there would be no water to drink at all, right? So
yeah.
that's now we called a crisis. So crisis would happen. And that's why in the Philippines, we have this also a particular schedule of the water. So there would be times that, let's say, for example, from 8 o'clock in the morning until 12 o'clock noon, no water supply. Okay? So, yes. So, there is a schedule actually in here. Okay? Let's say in our place, your schedule of no water supply will be, let's say, 8 to 10 in the morning. And on the next place, that would be 10 to 11 in the morning. So there is a schedule. So therefore, what are we going to do as a family, as a household? So we need to stock water.
Mm-mm.
Okay? Because if we will not going to stock water, we don't have water to be
Mm-mm.
used. So that is one way of conserving our water supply from a dam, so that if the dry season or the drought season would come, there is still enough water in the dam.
Mm-mm.
Okay? That's the reason. Okay? What about in Vietnam? The water is water is
After in
sufficient.
Vietnam, for life, water for living is normally, yeah, it's
Um,
just effect when the broken
mm,
triple, yes, in the my building, just effect when the triple as broken, just only
oh,
because
no.
the fix the fix the roast something like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Normally,
But the
is the
water
water
is
is enough
normal.
for using. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that would be nice, right? Okay, because here in the
Yes.
Philippines, actually, we are experiencing long dry season. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah.
a
Oh,
long dry
yes.
season. That's why
In
we do that one.
okay. Yes. Yeah, Hanoi is there the four season, spring, summer, winter, and autumn.
Wow. Yeah,
Yes.
so
So
there would be winter. Oh,
it's
that would be nice. That's
yes,
winter.
yes.
Yeah. So you're
That's
living in
the,
Hanoi.
yes, I'm living in Hanoi. Yeah. Mm.
Wow. Oh, it's nice because you can experience winter, right? I like winter actually. I dream of living in a place that there would be winter because I like winter season. I like cold. Okay?
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like hot weather, okay? I hate hot weather. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Tuyet, so it's about time for us to say goodbye now. So we will just going to continue this one tomorrow, okay?
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah, okay.
Uh,
So thank
yes.
you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. So,
I hope you were able to learn something from me today, right? So we will just going to continue this one tomorrow, same time, okay? Bye
okay.
bye. Yeah,
Bye.
bye bye.
See
Thank
you.
you so
Bye bye.
much.
See you
Okay, have a
tomorrow.
good night. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Mm.
Yeah.